What's up, funky YouTube? Welcome to episode 2 of my weekly Funk Date. I am Professor John. I'm going to talk about what I've been up to this week, some Monday motivation, and all things bass and funk. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, hit the subscribe button below. I want to start this week with some Monday motivation. The thing I posted on Instagram this week, it was the cost of success, and 7 bullets on there were late nights, early mornings, very few friends, being misunderstood, feeling overwhelmed, questioning your sanity, and being your own cheerleader. But guess what? It will be worth it. So I've definitely felt or been every one of these things on this list, and I know it seems crazy reading the list and then saying you want to continue a career in music or playing music, but I just kind of wanted to break it down for you because it's really just about time commitments and then being confident in your art and being able to perform it and, having other people like it and enjoy it by your confidence and by your exposure. So I just kind of want to start breaking that down. The first 3 things on that list are late nights, early mornings, very few friends. That's just spending time doing something that you enjoy and that you're passionate about. If you don't spend time working toward your goals, you're never going to get them. A lot of people watch TV for hours during the week, and they still complain about not spending enough time with their families or other stuff. But the problem is they're choosing to spend their time in different areas than where they want to spend their time. Because, there are a lot of distractions out there, and, that's what they're made for. They're made to, program us, television programming. So you need to choose where you spend your time and make sure the time you spend on your passion is productive and effective. And when you plan your free time, around your passion and your art, you are going to lose free time with your friends. You are going to spend late nights working on your stuff. You are going to have to get up early some days to, work on that beat, maybe finish mixing or mastering something. But all in all, it's worth it because that's what you want and that's your goals and that's where you're passionate is with your music and with what you're creating. So the next 4 bullet points are being misunderstood, feeling overwhelmed, questioning your sanity, and being your own cheerleader. And really all of these kind of have to do with your self-confidence or maybe the lack thereof and your self-doubt. A lot of time as creative people, it takes a long time to build up the art, music, content, fan base, brand, etc. So it may look like wasted time and effort with no visible positive outcome. It's going to confuse people about your art, your passion, your goals, your creative process, all that sort of stuff. So you are going to be misunderstood by family, friends, or coworkers that do not have the passion that you do for your art. And a lot of times, artists do have to do a lot of the work themselves at the beginning. They're wearing a lot of different hats with marketing, social media, advertising, managing, promoting, and that's not even mentioning the art part of it. There are going to be times where you are wearing all the hats and you will feel overwhelmed and will question your sanity. But that's just all part of being an artist, man. You got to fight through that stuff, and you got to be positive in what you're doing. You got to believe in what you're doing, and that's going to all come out in your art, and people will believe in you if you believe in yourself. I promise you that. So make sure you need to be your own cheerleader, That's the last one. You need to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else is really going to believe in you. So focus on doing that, and I think you'll get through all this hard stuff that this mentions. And I know it seems like a lot, but if you are positive with your work, set goals, work at them every day, it makes everything easier. If you have a process and a plan how to reach your goals, it makes everything so much easier, and everything will, lay out in front of you, and you can see your path to your success and to your goals. So some stuff I did this week. Well, first of all, just on the side note, I got new strings for both my 7-string and my 4-string. I went ahead and set up my 4-string Fender Jazz Bass, and I put new strings on that baby, so I'm probably going to make some videos about that real soon. The cover video I did last week is by Blanco Brown. It's called The Get Up. This is just a great song. It's a whole lot of fun. If you haven't heard of it, you need to go to YouTube and look up the dancing challenges that are about the song. Dances are hilarious. I love watching people embarrass themselves, and then some people are really good with it. So it was interesting to see. So Blanco Brown, I've never heard of him before this song, and I only heard of this song through my 10-year-old stepson. So that's really all you got to know about it. Apparently got real big on TikTok because of this dancing challenge I was talking about. So I went up and looked some more of his music, and it's super interesting. He is not a rapper that made a country song. This is his sound. Is this country, rap, hip hop, pop sort of stuff that he made into this line dancing song. What he calls his sound is trailer trap, which I think is fun and it's hilarious. He's done a lot of other writing for like Chris Brown and other artists, so he's not new in this, industry. He's just finally hit a spot with this song. And this song, it just feels good. And it's funny because it was actually harder than I expected to play the melody on my 7 string. So there's a little bit more mistakes than usual in the video. But still go check it out and comment on the video if you like it. I'm going to put the links in the description of everything I talk about it so you can find it down there. I also am continuing with putting out my first album, Freshman Orientation, which I released in 2016, out on my YouTube channel for free for everyone to enjoy. So I released this song, the 4th track, that's called Bianca's Song. The first part of the song is this melodic tapping sort of thing that I do, and then it goes into this rock, real hard thing with a bunch of strings, and I just like the difference between the two parts. The bridge in this is a melodic bridge with a melodic solo. It's actually the only real bass solo on the album, so you need to go check that out. The song title, Bianca's Song, comes from The Taming of the Shrew, actually, by Shakespeare. It's named after the main character's sister, who just had to go through a bunch of tumultuous stuff in order to end up getting married. It's the whole point of the book. So if you haven't read that, if you like poetry, if you like Shakespeare, read it. If you don't, probably won't like it. Don't read it. Listen to some funk. Or go listen to the song on YouTube. Go check it out in the description below. I'll link it up, and hopefully you enjoy it. Leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you think. This week's bassist to listen to is one of my favorites, if not maybe my favorite. It is Lewis Johnson, aka Thunder Thumbs, known for his awesome slap bass and his aggressive tone. He played with the Brothers Johnson with his brother, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, George Benson, Grover Washington Jr., George Duke. He even played on Michael McDonald's I Keep Forgetting, which was sampled by Nate Dogg and Warren G on one of my favorite songs, Regulate. So his credits are ridiculous. You can hear him on plenty of songs. You've already heard him. You've heard Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. You've heard Lewis Johnson play bass. He really brought the slap bass into the pop world with Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, which is one of my favorite albums. And him and Larry Grant are considered, the grandfathers of slap bass. His Music Man Stingray had a great tone for that aggressive slap bass. Flea played a Stingray, early on in Red Hot Chili Peppers and kind of had a lot of the same sound. I'm sure he was influenced a lot by Lewis Johnson too. Some of my favorite songs that Lewis played bass on, the Brothers Johnson, you gotta check. Get the Funk Out My Face. You gotta check out Stomp. And you gotta check out I'll Be Good to You. These are all great songs, great bass lines, grooved and funky. Some of my favorite songs of his with Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, I mentioned it before. Such an iconic bass line that I couldn't not mention it now. Get on the Floor, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. These are huge Michael Jackson tracks, and Lewis Johnson played a huge part in the instrumentals, and the bass played a big role in these songs, made everyone dance, made everyone groove. Go check them out when you can. The bass line of the week this week is by Slave. It's called Just a Touch of Love. It is on the album that's called the same thing, Just a Touch of Love. It was released in 1979, Slave's 4th studio album. Slave is a funk band out of Dayton, Ohio. All the funk came out of Ohio, all the good stuff. Ohio Players, Bootsy Collins, Lakeside, and Zap, just to name a few. The bassist for Slave is Mark Adams. He is super funky. Another iconic bass line of all time that he did is called Slide by Slave. If you haven't heard that, it is funky slap bass and you need to check it out. He had a very modern tone for that era. I saw pictures of him with a jazz bass. I saw him with Music Man Stingrays. I saw him with an alembic. And I even saw him with a jazz bass that had an extra jazz pickup right up next to the neck. And I've never seen anything like that before, so I have no idea what he played on this song, but it's a great tone. Check out the song. Baseline of the week is Just a Touch of Love by Slave. And comment, tell me if you like the song. As far as video games go this week, I didn't stream anything. I didn't really have enough time to sit down and play anything for a prolonged period of time. I did play some MLB The Show sporadically and get, pretty far ahead in the 6-inning challenges. I tried the NBA 2K20 demo, dude, and I was just disappointed. Not enough time on the court. It was basically just to build players. Not going to do that with the real game, so I'm not going to stream it ever until the game comes out, which I believe is September 6th, and then I'll be streaming. So check me out then. This week I'll be doing a new cover video. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Thinking maybe the Jonas Brothers. If you got any input, put them in the comments below, and maybe I'll play what song you pick. I'll be streaming some MLB The Show, that 6th inning. I'll get you guys caught up on my new roster and what I've been doing there. And then I will also be uploading the 5th track of I will also be uploading the 5th track from Freshman Orientation, which is called Funky Midriff, which has really been my best performing song on Spotify. So you guys should like it, and you should be, well, looking forward to that at the end of this week. If there's anything else you want to see on my YouTube channel or maybe in these weekly funk dates, just let me know and put it in the comments below, and I'll try to, add those to the show or make videos about that. So comment what you want to see, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week. Stay funky. Peace. Hey, this is Professor John. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up below and leave a comment. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're interested in some free music of mine, please check out my website, www.professorjohnmusic.com. Also, I'm active on social media, especially on Twitter and Instagram, so if you want to leave me a message there, I'll be sure to get back to you shortly. Alright, thanks, and stay funky.